Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza.
Okay, so that one was pretty fun. Just getting like a different style of the bangs, but this one is going to be, it's going to be actually a lot like the other one, except we're going to do her bangs a little bit differently. We'll still do that sewn up butt cheek on the top, but this time, you know what, we're going to actually make her hair go about right here, and her hair is going to go right here to make it a little bit different than last time, and also her bangs are going to be a little bit different. So her butt cheeks are really weird. So it's actually going to go up and then around and come down here. And you can play with the shapes of the bangs. Like, they can literally go anywhere. So instead of having her butt cheek go like to the side like that, oops, well, not like covering her eye like that, but not like the other one, but this one, haha, butt, I just said butt and I'm drawing a butt crack. But this one goes up and around, okay? But since it goes up, you have to continue the hairline, so keep drawing like a little shadow underneath. Now, you can do the exact same thing as you did before and just draw those curvy parts that come out. Right, so obviously you got this part that goes around the head and then it kind of flows around. And then you got this part where it just kind of flows back. This is where you want to scribble. Here's your scribbly parts. You're welcome. So scribble around the hair, scribble, 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 scribble. Nobody even cares where you're going. And then we're going to shade in that part by the neck. And then just keep drawing it. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely not like the most beautiful looking hair. If you want to draw like really beautiful hair, obviously you're gonna have to spend hours on it. Sometimes, like when I do a drawing, I will seriously spend 15 hours on like one painting if I'm doing like a digital painting or like a really nice pencil drawing or something. But when it comes to this stuff, like when you're just designing like a character's clothes or something, you're like, dude, I just want to put something in there. Then you just have to do this. Some scribbles that goes sort of in the direction that you want them to go. And then you erase some highlights. See, I'm not... Look how terrible I'm scribbling. And it doesn't even matter, dude. So then we're going to erase some highlights in the top. On the other side. Coming down up here. And we'll see how fast we can get this one done. It's almost done. Watch. Just a few more pencil marks, and then we'll be done with this one. That one was actually really fast. Just to kind of break up those highlights so it doesn't look like you just erased the hair. Okay. And that's it so far. Maybe you can, and here's the other thing, like, if you made the face too wide or something, you can just shade in the sides and it'll look like the hair is covering a little bit. And that's it. That's all we need. And then let's draw the rest of her shirt. And that's it so far. We'll call this one done. So, and again, it's just a different way to do the bangs. That's basically all I wanted to show you. Okay, let's move on to another one. Alright, this one's going to be a little bit different as far as the bangs are concerned. We're going to totally ditch that idea of the butt cheeks. So let me just draw in like the top of her head real quick. So that's about where the head goes. Okay, so now what we're going to do is about where the eyebrows are. This one's going to be a flat hairstyle. I mean, what's it called when the girl has bangs that are like coming straight down? I don't know what it's called. Let me know in the comments, I guess. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw kind of like a half circle that's going to go almost to the top of her head. Not quite. Almost. I know it seems weird, but because her head is a sphere, it goes back into space that way, which means we're going to be seeing the top of her head a little bit. So the part in her hair we can put anywhere we want. So we're just going to draw a little squiggle right there. So this is kind of building on that the last couple of ones that we've done. Okay, so now after we've done that, we're gonna come around the head just like we did on all the others. Right, this is a little bit different, so stick with me here. All right, so it comes around the head, and now check this out. So now that, well, we'll finish up doing like her hair down here first. So let's see, how do I want to do her hair? You know what? I'll have it come to one side. So we'll crop it off about right here. We'll keep her ear in, which will be around there. We'll keep her cheek in there. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna do this. We're gonna keep her ear. I don't know, where did we put it last time? I don't remember. We'll put it right there. We'll cut it short right there, and then we'll bring her hair around to the side. I like to just do like one line to kind of show me where the hair's gonna go, and then I can put in the squiggles from there. So that's it. Let's just keep adding some squiggles until we have sort of like a nice silhouette, like an outline shape. Right? And this shouldn't... See, this is the thing, like, I'm such a pessimist that I find ways to be miserable, so there's some times where I still get stressed out drawing hair, but if I really, like, take a step back, take a deep breath, and try to remember that all you have to do is scribble if you don't want to draw hair, it really, really honestly helps me out so much. So now we're coming up with a shape that is a little bit more pleasing. See, it's got like a little zigzagness to it. Zigzagness, I like that. Zigzagness, it's like Agnes, but zippier. So now, after we've done that, we'll do that shadow thing on the side. Just darken it up right there. And then we'll keep doing the scribbles in the direction of the hair. Now, here's the thing about the bangs. We're gonna erase this part, and this is where that drawing hard thing comes in. So like, let's say I like scribble this in really hard. Now when I go to erase it, it won't erase all the way, right? Normally that's a terrible thing, but it's actually good when you're doing this type of stuff because a little bit will stay just enough for you to be able to see so that you can fix some of this other stuff. So that you can have kind of like a guideline to go off of. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to curve some lines around in like a fanning shape. And after that, what we can do is we can kind of redefine this line to be a little bit, I don't know, more jagged, I guess. And now check this out. So after we've done that fan shape, now what we can do is we can make the highlight, oops, I hit the camera. We can make the highlight about right there, and then just fan out the scribbles until you get to the highlight, and then just kind of stop, and it'll make like this really nice, like almost anime type highlight effect. And then we just finish doing the scribbles just like we've done before. This part, as far as like the shading and stuff goes, this part doesn't really have any this isn't anything different. It's nothing new that we're doing right here. It's just exactly the same as the last part. So we'll do a couple of areas of highlights. Probably the parts that stick out the most, huh? That sounds good. And then we're just going to flick up into the highlight. See, now I'm gonna basically do this method but show you on all the various hairstyles so that you will have no excuse next time you go to draw somebody with hair, okay? I don't want you to have any sort of excuse like, oh man, I can't draw hair. Shut up. Yes, you can. It's not gonna be pretty if you do it this way, but at least it'll look like some sort of hair, okay? All right, there you go. Let's do another hairstyle after I add some hair. Artists are always perfectionists in one way or another. That's the thing I struggle with the most. Being a freaking perfectionist. But this helps. Scribbling helps. Okay, let's move on to another hairstyle. After I still add some stuff. That's just a little hair coming around the side. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Okay, let's move on.
nice.
All right, after this one, I think we're gonna end up doing curly hair. But let's do this one first. So here's the top of her head. All right, let's do that butt cheek thing again. Well, we'll do a butt cheek thing, but we'll do the one that we did before that was like, it goes up and then comes down. Yeah, we'll do that, okay? Now, this is gonna be a hairstyle where it kind of goes off to one side. So the butt crack goes right here, and we'll kind of zigzag that up a little bit like it got sewn up by some disgusting German scientist from a horror movie. Not to rag on German scientists. There's nothing wrong with Germans. But I don't know. I feel like that's a stereotype. Okay. Anyway, okay, so let's just draw some scribbles here. I got distracted with the whole German thing. I started talking to myself in my head, like, wait, what's the deal with German things? Why are Germans, why is that like a stereotype, like the German scientists? Like, they seem to always be like the ones that have like the torture devices and stuff. I don't know. It just got me like distracted. Okay. So that's one side, right? And the way that we've been doing it before, we would continue on the other side, but instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to mix that with the very first one that we did, which is going to be this right here, which is the part where her hair goes, it's like tied up in the back, okay? So let's draw her ear in here. I don't know, how's her ear go? Let's make that, yeah, that looks like her ear. Okay, good enough. Okay, so it's hard for me to kind of explain it without a visual, but this part is going back, so it's like tied back. So now what we can do is we can continue to do this part, but with this acting as what the other butt cheek would look like, okay? So now we'll draw like an outline. That looks pretty good. I'm just putting this light line in there to make sure that it's like even enough. And it's gonna go behind her ear, so we'll keep that ear in there. Make sure that it's about the same length. Right, and obviously you can make this straighter if you want, or more curvy or wavy or whatever, but I'm just gonna do this. You can make it as straight or curly as you want. You know what, on one of the next ones, maybe I'll do that. No, actually, you know what? I haven't done straight yet. I've just done wavy this whole time, so you get the idea of doing that. So let's just make it a little bit more straight. So we're gonna get rid of some of these curves. I just wanna get like at least one of every hairstyle that you would possibly need, okay? But even the straightest elfish hair that you can imagine has a little bit of bend to it. So make sure that it's not like, you don't like, don't use a ruler. That's what I'm trying to say, is don't use a ruler. So here we go. Straight hair is actually the easiest because there's not a lot of twists and turns that you have to keep track of. So scribble along there. Scribble along the top. Scribble along where the hair goes here. Comes behind the ear. And then we're going to do that same thing next to the neck like we did before with making it darker. Oh, dude, check that out. That is so nice. And then just flick. So that you're trying to get lines that are thinner on one side and thicker on the other. That's going to give you that shine that is so nice and pretty. And that's pretty much it. Let's just darken this part up real quick so that it matches the rest of the hair. And we'll just call that done. So there we go. That's kind of how you can like mix the different types of bangs. And we'll move on, but just to show you, you can actually change the bangs so that it would go in front, but we're gonna keep it like this because I kind of like that hairstyle, so we'll keep that there. Let's do another one.
Nice.
White boy, but I still get my swag on. Skinny man, but I still get my shag on. Woman always trying to get me here to settle down. Y'all already know I never let it drag on. They always want it, so I gotta let them work for it. Good things come quick when you search for it. If you're praying and you're hoping that you make it big.